Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well this morning. Today, I want to tackle a issue dealing with college students or actually even adult children. Um, some of you may be aware and others may not be, but when your child turns age 18, a lot of those rights, parental rights, kind of go out the door without having some legal documents drafted to be able to speak on behalf of your child or gather information regarding them. So today we're going to talk about 8 different legal documents that might be important for you to know about and put into place in regard to your child who is over the age of 18. So first of all, I'm going to talk about, it's called the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. And this is a waiver that many institutions, educational institutions, schools, universities, etc., they have these in which you can sign on behalf of your child. Now, why would you want this? Well, first of all, even though you might be paying the tuition bill and you might be fully responsible for them, they may still be a dependent. You don't have any access to their education information. So you don't necessarily have the right to take a look at their grades. Um, and so this document will allow you to do that. And it also will allow you to look at their academic records and any disciplinary actions that the child may have while they're in school. So it's important to reach out to the institution where your child's going to school, ask them about this waiver form, and get it taken care of. Now, there are some exceptions with this waiver form. For example, underage drinking, medical emergencies, and dependents. So those are exceptions to the rule. The waiver doesn't work there. So what are the alternatives there? There are some medical documents and authorizations that we can put into place which will allow um, legal entities and medical doctors to talk to you as the parent. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the HIPAA authorization form. So this is an important medical document which will allow you to have access to your child's medical records. So even if they're under your own medical insurance, they're your dependent, they're over the age of 18, you're not able to see their records. The next thing is a medical power of attorney. So this is a legal document, and actually what I found that depending upon what state you're in, you may want to go to your state's bar association, and many times they will have a medical power of attorney as a form document, which you can borrow and create on your own. And basically what this is, your child will sign off on it saying that they give you as a power of attorney the right to have discussions with their medical doctors, their medical teams, anyone who's supporting them from a medical standpoint, and also be able to make some decisions in regard to their situation. For example, if they are unable to communicate or um, uh, I guess communicate. So if they're unconscious, if they're in surgery, something like that, that you can make some medical decisions on their behalf. The next one is a durable power of attorney. So the previous one was medical, this is durable, and durable tends to deal with just about everything else except for medical. So many times it's dealing with financial situations. We see this between couples, or we see this between uh, older parents and their children who are now taking care of their financial situation. But a durable power of attorney will allow you to pay their bills, have conversations with organizations that they may owe money to, if they've taken out a car loan, things along those lines, if they've rent for a apartment, things along those lines. Then you also want to have a living will. So what is the living will? I always like to refer to it as the document that you would refer to if it is end of life situation. So it's going to outline what their wishes and desires would be from a medical standpoint. Do they want to be kept alive on a ventilator? Do they want a feeding tube? Do they want artificial uh, blood, food? hydration, those types of things. They can designate what they'd like in this particular situation. But it also then, as a parent or as a guardian, gives you the right to make a decision about end of life. So it's important to have a living will as well. Now, health insurance. They have extended health insurance that parents can cover their children up until the age of 26. And so many college students do fall into that category, but this will allow you to communicate in regard to their health insurance. Or maybe there's a need to purchase individual coverage for the child, and you can work through that as well. Also, when it comes to things like medical and dental appointments, without having some of this authorization, you may not be able to follow up and have conversations with the professional who's providing this information. But it also might be important to have these types of exams done before they go away to school, make sure everything is up to speed in regard to that. The last part I want to talk about is ensuring your children's belongings. So now they're away from home, and what have they taken with us? Um, Back in the day, when I went to college, I'm trying to think of the most expensive thing that I might have taken with me, besides the toaster oven and the hot pot. It might have been a stereo system, but none of us had cell phones. None of us had computers. If you needed a computer, you went to the lab on campus and you used theirs. But now we know that children are taking all of their electronic devices with them. They're taking their gaming systems. And these things collectively can be pricey. So, what you want to find out from your homeowner's insurance agent, you want to talk to them and find out exactly what is covered while they are away. And the other thing, an important question to ask there is if they're living in a dormitory, which is considered temporary housing, that may very well then fall under your homeowner's insurance. But if they have rented a apartment and it's not part of the school's um, umbrella of housing, you may need to look at having separate renters insurance to cover the property that's been taken. So, important things to think about. And it's hard enough to let them go and say goodbye, but it's really important to have these documents in place. So, if you need to, you can be there on their behalf. So, I hope you found that information of use. And if so, or if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call at 412-346-4655. Send me an email at diane@pearsonfinancialplanning.com or send me a direct message right here through Facebook. As always, if you have friends that you would like to have join us here in Empowering Financial Security, let me know. I'll be happy to send them an invitation so they can join our little private group. And as always, have a great day.